Yeah, 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 yeah. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to do this video real quick. Shout out to the chat. I'm not gonna be up here that long. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa, 914, Westchester County, New York. Do another live video real quick. The BT 1000 is in the house. Yes, yes, yes. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your homegirl. Arabia Barbosa 914, Westchester County, New York, aka the BT 1000, aka the Jeeper Creeper on this shit, aka Lucy the Vampire, aka the German Shepherd, and the goddamn room. Yeah, 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 YouTube. That is right. Andre O.D. Kimball and the meal ticket, it is what it is, did the music drops. They did the music drops. Shout out to the true drop kings in this sector. Andre O.D. Campbell. Oh, yes, he did. He came out with his music drop. And you know I was in this house dancing my ass off. Oh, yes, children. Yes, yes, yes. I was like, Cocotazo, Cocotazo, Cocotazo. Vanquish that nigga. Oh, yes. When I hear Andre O.D. Kimbo beat, and then Mill Ticket did a drop, and it is what it is, did a drop. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all did a good job. A bona fide good job. I am proud. I am so happy to know all you dudes in this sector. Oh my God. Yo, that made me so happy. That made me so happy. See, everyone gets it. Everyone gets it. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Oh man. Yes, yes, yes. When I heard those music drops, you know I was in this house dancing. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Clapping my hands. Praising. Sending praises to the universe. I'm always happy to hear good music. Always happy to hear it. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. We got other things going on in the world. We got that young captain, the dude that's over there in Africa. He got the African passports for us now. I'm gonna find out more about that situation. Find out more about it. Cause I remember my grandmother and her siblings. Cause my grandmother, it was my grandmother. My grandmother had all her sisters with her at that time, and they used to go to West Africa every year. And where they used to go, they used to go right there to the Cape Verdean Islands. Right there. Every year. And then she started switching up her plans, and she would go to Cape Verde. Then she started going to Puerto Rico a lot. Yeah, my grandmother was a person that loved to travel. She loved to go everywhere. She liked to get her little passport and just leave. Her and her sisters always going on the airplanes, going on the cruises together, yo. And they used to have such a good time. Good time. And I guess that's what life is really all about, to enjoy what you have while you have it. Enjoy what you have while you have it. That's why I be like, yo, people just need to relax sometime. But this sector, we reclaiming this sector. Even if it doesn't fall under us, Soda Nation, at least we can snatch it back from Kwame Brown and the Kwamites. We can snatch this sector back. And it needs to happen quickly. And I think Sis put the nail in Cookie 101 coffin. I think he put the nail in the Predator's coffin because the Predator couldn't even respond. Couldn't do a reaction video about what Sis put up there. It was silence. As far as I'm concerned, he did a video. The Predator 101 did a video, but the video didn't coincide with what Sis was putting down. So that means there was no reaction. That means there was no response. There was only silence. And if we can silence him from this side, then that means we can silence Garrick. That means that all the Kwamites would have to fall silent. All of them. And eventually, even the one that begs everyone for money every day, that Kwamite over there, the one that stalks True Essence and all of them, you know, he will too have to fall silent. You know what I mean? Because the Kwamites are really divided. They really don't like each other. They just tolerate each other. That's what they do. That's what they do. I've been waiting for this moment for 4 years. 4 years. Maybe longer than that. Because all the trouble started back in 2021. This is what? 2025? Yeah, 4 years. I've been waiting for this to be possible, for this to happen. For people to finally wake up and see the Predator 101 for what he really is, and see KB for what he is, because he backs all that foolishness that the Predator does. They associate with each other. Behind the scenes, on the scenes. And I just want to say, their kingdom is getting ready to crumble. It's been crumbling for quite some time. For quite some time. Because a lot of YouTube creators have been rumbling against KB, Kwame Brown. Which they should have been doing a long time ago. A long time ago. You should have heeded the words of Tommy Sotomayor. But it's not too late yet. It's not too late. Things can happen. Things can turn around. It can. So shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Drop Kings in the sector. And I think I shared everyone's drop, their musical drop. So the only thing I can say is yes, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Cocotazo, cocotazo, cocotazo. Vanquish that nigga. Vanquish the Predator. Vanquish Kwame Brown. Vanquish the Kwamites. Cocotazo, cocotazo, cocotazo. Shout out to the chat. Fats TV, yeah. Fats TV, what you think? What you think about that? Fats TV, what you think about that, sir? What you think about that, Fats TV? The Drop Kings came in, did the drops, and cocotassled, and vanquished the predator over there. And they did a good job. Andre O.D. Kimball, the meal ticket, it is what it is. What it is, all of them did their musical drops. Sis went over there on his channel and put the nails in the coffins of the Predator 101. Of course, we will always remember Miss 504, Moonlight, and others in the sector that have been exposing the Predator 101 cookie over there. Shout out to the chat. Yes, it's happening. It is happening. And it couldn't have happened to a better group. The Quamites will finally fall and be no more. Cocotassled to the extreme. They got cocotassled. They are being vanquished. They are being expelled. They are being banished. They will be soon exiled. Soon come. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. So if anyone is interested, Kuja na mimi. Come with me. Ven aquí conmigo, mi gente. Come with me. And we shall see the downfall of the Quamites. We shall soon see, soon come. Because they're being hit on every front. Every front. Everyone is hitting them. Back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. Hitting them. The ships are going down, being sunk. The submarines blew up. Their army has been captured. Yes. They are being destroyed as I speak. It's going to be a wonderful day. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Y'all have an awesome day. Awesome day. Fats TV, you just waking up? Well, good morning. Thank you for coming in. I want to thank everyone that has come into the chat, even those that have not typed in, even my ghost watchers, because I keep a lot of ghost watchers over here. But shout out to them. I appreciate their view and I appreciate their support. I appreciate everyone's support and view on this channel, because I go live at very strange hours. Let's say that again. I always go live at very strange hours. It could be early in the morning. It could be around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. It could be 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It could sometimes be later than that. And sometimes I go live while other people are live. And there are other people live right now, but no one in this sector that I know of or that I'm subscribed to is live right now. I don't know if Fats is going to go live later. I don't know if Sis going to go live later. I know Supernova went live earlier. And you know what, Fats TV? She cursed out the Predator 101 over there. Oh, she cursed his black ass out. Or his beige ass out. Yes, he came. Let me tell you something. Rumorville, who is AKA Supernova, she went live earlier. Okay, much earlier than now, right? And she was disgusting. She was talking about what Sis had shared in his video earlier yesterday, right? Yesterday afternoon. Cause Sis went live for a couple of hours. He wasn't live no 8-hour live. It was like maybe over an hour, 2 hours, the most. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sis. Anyway, Supernova, shout out to her. She went live. She was just laying down the law. She was just like letting everybody know how she felt about the situation and how certain conversations need to get started about what's going on with this situation in our sector. Because if it's happening in our sector, on these YouTube streets, on this app, on this platform, it's happening in real life. And sexual abuse, or let's put it, let's put the name on it. Sex offenders are very common in the Black community. I don't know about no other community. I can't talk about no other community, but I can talk about the Black community. I'm part of the Black community, born, raised. I am a Black person, and I know what's going on. When I was a child, between the ages of 9 and 14, I was being sexually abused. So of course, I'm all for sex offenders being exposed, being pulled out in the middle of the street and put on Front Street and perhaps being vanquished, especially if you're on any kind of social media platform and you call yourself coming after people for speaking up against you. That's what the Predator 101 does. So the Predator 101, he had the fucking nerve. He had the fucking nerve to go into her chat and start typing. He had the nerve to call my sister a bitch. He had the nerve to tell her to shut down her video so he could go live. She kept talking. She kept talking. And then she looked and she cursed his ass out. Called him every name up under the sun. Put him right in his fucking place. Let him know that she did not appreciate him being in this sector and being a sex offender. Cause he know he's a rapist. He know what the fuck he did. He not only had that one charge in Connecticut, he had that other charge in Virginia. So this man is a serial sex offender. He offends in a serial way. He does it over and over again. And what do we not know about this man? Predator 101, Cookie over there. What do we not know about this man? One thing I do know about sex offenders, if they don't get caught right away, they re-offend. They repeat what the fuck they do. So that's why they need to be exposed. That's why it needs to be talked about. That's why people need to be put on Front Street. When I was living in New York, Fats, you from New Jersey. Shout out to the chat. Whoever's in the chat. I don't look at the chat right now. But whoever's in the chat. When I was living in New York, right? One of my sisters, I have a biological sister, right? Well, actually, I have two. And all my mother's children, my mother had 5 children. 3 boys. No. How many boys is there? My mother has 5 children, my biological mother. Okay, so there's 3 girls and 2 boys. I said 3 boys. I might as well call myself a boy, but I'm a girl. Shout out to the chat. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Regardless of how I live my life, regardless if I'm a part of the LGBTQ community, I'm still a woman. I'm still a woman. Never said I was a man, but anyway, shout out to the chat. So after she cursed his ass out, this man had the nerve, this lame, this beta male, this drop shot, this no name, this off brand, this lame, this pathetic dweeb, this creep, this weirdo, this Makundu, this Vato, this pendejo, Predator 101 had the nerve to go live. But he didn't dare. He didn't dare come with the smoke. He didn't dare try to do a reaction video about what Sis had exposed. He didn't dare. I think he got intimidated. I think he got scared. Shout out to the chat. And that's the name of the game, to chase off these dudes. That's the name of the game. Excuse me. Excuse me. That terrible cough came back. But that's the name of the game. To expose, to cocotazo, and to vanquish these type of people in the sector. And from what I understand, Kwame Brown keeps these types of people around him so he can use them. Everyone else that has floated with Kwame Brown in the past, they had enough sense to leave when it was time for them to leave. They had enough sense to exit left stage. They had enough sense to start their own channels, and most of them have become very successful on these YouTube streets, on this app, on this platform. Shout out to them. But they had to wake up from the dream. And once they woke up from their dreaming state, they realized that they was involved with a nightmare, with something they probably should have never been involved with in the first place. And I keep saying it. Tommy Sotomayor warned everyone. The writing was on the wall back in 2021 about Kwame Brown. I don't give a fuck that he's a millionaire. The man is a creep. The man is a weirdo. The man is a Makundu. The man is a Vato. The man is a pendejo. The man is a payaso. The man is basura la calle. That's what he is. And I'm glad people are waking up to that fact. And I'm glad that Sis did the video that he did. And I'm glad that Miss 504, Moonlight, and others in the sector have been exposing the Predator 101 cookie over there. Shout out to the chat. That Yaku devil over there. And anyone that backs him is the same thing like him. They approve of that bullshit, of all that tonteria. Tonteria means bullshit in Spanish, if nobody understood what I said. Sometimes I'll say some words that people don't understand, and I'll have to say, oh, I'm sorry about that. Lo siento, no es culpa es mío. But yes, there's a lot of tonteria going on in the sector, and it needs to be exposed. And KB, Kwame Brown, he is the author. He's the Squid Game player of most of this bullshit that's happening. People would have got rid of Biz 101 Predator cookie over there if they would have been given the right information. Or if people would have been paying more attention. But only thing you have to really do, and I hate to say it, Sex offenders never change their stripes. They never change their spots. They are people, especially the men or any kind of sex offender. I don't care if it's a man, I don't care if it's a woman. They all have the same MO, to destroy and to find some kind of control over their victims. That's what they do. And they count on people's silence. The more people stay silent, the more they're able to get away, the more they're able to escape. But there will be no more escape. That's why when I was walking home the other day, after I got off the bus, I was showing people where the sex offenders live on that other street. I was exposing them then. I showed each house where the sex offenders live. And there's one in particular, when he's sitting on his porch, every time he see me, I see what he be doing. I see what he be doing. I haven't seen him lately. But I remember one time me and Birdman, we was walking up that street and Birdman pointed to every house because he wanted me to know where all the sex offenders lived. He said, look it up. Go on the sex offender registry for your area and look it up. And sure enough, it gave me the names of the dudes. It showed their pictures. So I'm very much aware of who's who. A couple of weeks ago, I went to another temp service not too far from my house. It's like maybe 2 blocks away from here. Sure enough, the sex offenders were showing up in there. The other company I used to work for, they had sex offenders working for them over there. But you got to actually study the whole list to know who everyone is. Shout out to the chat. I haven't started sending out my anonymous letters yet. I was able to get one sex offender fired a couple of years ago when he raped that woman downtown Charleston. He got arrested for rape. I'm not going to say grape. I'm going to call it what it is. He sexually assaulted that woman. He got locked up. I saw his picture in the police bulletin. I shared that information with my employer. And as she was trying to make excuse for him, I said, if you don't release him from employment over here, I'm going to have to post his face everywhere. I'm going to have to post it. All over this office, not too far from this, I'm going to have to post it. What did she end up doing? End up letting him go. End up letting him go because that was one that I knew of. That was one I knew of. But if I had my way, all sex offenders would be incarcerated and all of them would be put to death. Because there is no therapy that will cure them. There's no cure for them. People talking about castration, no, because they find other ways to sexually assault. If it was up to me, all sex offenders would be put to death. And that's real. That's the way I would do things. That's how I feel, but that's my opinion. That's where they belong. 6 feet under. Not breathing, not walking around like the rest of us. Because I was looking at the Susan Smith case not too long ago. and I shared some videos concerning Captain Ralph. Those people, those individuals that were caught up with having sexual relations with inmates, all of them were charged and all of them are now on the sex registry. A sex offender is a predator. They hunt. They prey on the weak. They prey on the silence of their victims. That's what they do. So shout out to everyone that exposed this predator that's in our midst on this platform, in this sector. I hope, it is my hope that maybe this predator would disappear and leave this sector. But not only him, but all the others that agree with his evil. They condone his bad behavior. They condone who the fuck he is. And I think that's wrong. And I think that's twisted. So we got a lot of twisted individuals on this platform. A lot of twisted individuals on this platform. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Lonnie. Good morning. I didn't see you there. Hold on. Let me look at my yeah. So Fats and Lonnie came in. Shout out to them. Yeah. This sector is on fire. And people need to speak up. If you don't like it, if it's something that you don't like, okay, it's just like I'm up here, right? I'm up here talking. And people don't like me, they can come up and say, look, I don't like Arabia Barbosa. I think the BT 1000 is X, Y, and Z. I don't give a fuck because I'm not a sex offender. I'm a criminal. I got a criminal past, but I'm not a sex offender. On my jacket is strong arm robbery, trespassing, and what? Assault and battery. That's on my jacket. I'm not a sex offender. Part of my life, part of my childhood was stolen because of a sex offender. And everyone in that house stayed silent because they were threatened. If you don't stay silent, this and that gonna happen. Blase, blase, blase. Even to this day, people in my family don't discuss it. When they see me walk in the room somewhere, they're like, damn, Arabia's still dressed like a man. But they don't know about my sex life. They don't know I sleep with both men and women. They just think it's just women. That's how much involved my family is in my life. I am the black sheep. Everyone thought I was going to grow up to be a whore. It didn't happen. I went to the LGBTQ community and stayed there for over 20 years. I met Birdman a couple of years ago. People were surprised when they saw me with Birdman. People were shocked to know that me and Birdman were sleeping together. People were shocked. They were surprised. But as soon as Birdman stopped breathing, certain people started trying to come around. I'm in a boat, my little red boat, and I'm surrounded by sharks. And the only way to keep the sharks out is to not pick up no drink and to keep minding my own business. Go to work when it's scheduled for me to go, to run my errands when it's time for me to do that, and live my life. Do what I'm responsible for doing. Shout out to the chat. That is my job. But if I know who the sex offenders are, yes, I'm going to say something. Yes, they need to be put on Front Street. Just like I got that young man fired a couple of years ago, and he knows I did it. And I don't give a fuck. Like I said, Birdman died in February. There was this dude I was seeing way before I was seeing Birdman. Harlem, New York. Harlem, New York came to visit me a few weeks ago. And he said some disparaging things about Birdman. But as my memory goes, this is not the first time Harlem, New York has spoken ill of someone I know, of someone I'm associated with. That's all he does is gossip. He's like a woman. He's got a female spirit. Most men that deal with me on a sexual level have some kind of female energy going on with them. It's not that they wish they were female. I've heard a few say that they wish they were. But people were very shocked and surprised when me and Birdman started dating each other. They didn't know for a long time. Some people didn't know. But when they found out, they were like, what? Huh? And then Birdman started living with me. And then Birdman eventually moved into his own little apartment. And then Birdman moved into a bigger home in West Ashley, South Carolina. He wasn't even there to enjoy what he had gotten from being a veteran. This country treats the veterans like shit. If you're disabled and you're a veteran, you're gonna be waiting a long time to get your money. You gotta be consistent with that. Whatever appointments you got with the VA, please meet all your appointments. Do not skip none of them. Shout out to the chat. Hey Tish, good morning. So we got Tish came in. Tish came in. Yeah. Alani came in. Yeah. Fats TV came in. Oh yeah. So everyone came in. I want to thank everyone that came into this chat and typed in, even the Ghost Watchers, because I didn't plan on being up here this long. Run my mouth. Once I get emotional about something or I get deep, that's why I think that's why sis says I'm a little long-winded. I could never be a preacher. Oh no, thank God I never became a preacher in a church, because I would be preaching for 3 I would forget to collect the collection plate, because I'd be so happy with my little microphone, my little robe on, and just preaching away. I don't think the choir would have a chance to sing no gospel hymns or no kind of gospel songs. I don't think the ushers would be able to do their job. Matter of fact, I think people would be falling asleep. But shout out to the Drop Kings in the sector. Shout out to everyone. My YouTube creators, my YouTube subscribers, my support team. Shout out to everyone that supports and gives me a view in the sector on my channel. I thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'm closing out the video. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for spending some time with me. I know I can be a little long-winded. I've been told I've been long-winded. Well, at least it's not going to be an hour long. I hope this ain't an hour long. Hold on, let me look. Oh no, I'm 20 minutes short of an hour. But I want to thank everyone that typed in. Empress Lonnie 1, thank you for coming in. Tish, thank you for coming in. Fats TV, thank you for coming in. My Ghost Watchers, thank you for coming in. Like and share the video if you want to. Hit the like button, please. Please hit the like. Oh, yeah, some people did smash the like button. I appreciate that very much, very much. Some people agree with what I'm saying, others don't. That's okay. And I know I'm long-winded, but when I start talking about me and my past and the things I've been through in this life, I get emotional. I get emotional. But thank God, I'm able to talk with clarity today and talk with common sense and make my point very clear, unapologetically. I don't apologize for stating my opinion and bringing forth what I think and my feelings and you know, me. All this time, 52 years old. Oh, I've gotten clean before off of alcohol. I've gotten clean before off of alcohol. But you know, the only thing I'm concerned about is becoming a dry drunk. A dry drunk is someone that okay. It's like it's hard to explain what a dry drunk is. Well, I'm gonna give you me. A dry drunk is me. Okay, someone that is not picking up the substance, but we still have the same behaviors and the thoughts as if we were still involved. Can you catch what I'm saying? In other words, I'm not drinking right now, but I still have the same thoughts and behaviors as if I was. I still have that. So that's a dry drunk. I'm not in, I can't say I'm in sobriety because I'm not involved in any kind of AA program or NA program. Eventually, that's probably what's going to have to happen this time. And I got to say this time because too many things are going wrong for me not to do it. You know, at least I was able to enjoy my life somewhat. Had a lot of ups and I had a lot of downs. And that's life. Life keeps lifing. It doesn't stop. Just because I stopped drinking, it doesn't stop because I do anything. Nothing stops because of me. Nothing. I'm not the universe. I'm just Arabia. I am the BT 1000. Okay. So shout out to the chat. I'm going to close out this video. Peace out, everyone. Have an awesome day. Stay safe. Be aware of your surroundings. I want to thank everyone that came in and supported this channel today, this morning. It's very early, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Peace.